Hi there everyone, this is Lilith and welcome back to my YouTube channel with another scrapbooking video. Today I'll be sharing a layout I created with the Floral Minimalism die set. It's coordinating dies, mask and stencils. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out all my inks and I'll be using three color collections: Cool Summer Night, Cherry Blossom and Green Valley. There is some yellow on my desk, but I didn't use that on this layout. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out all of those lovely floral stamps. So they're composed of two elements, so it's a very simple layering stamp, and I'm going to just stamp the base layers first. I do want to create a symmetrical kind of layout, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to draw a horizontal line, add two dots on either side, and then start working from those elements that I drew onto my background. So once I've got my first stamp down, I'm going to add the second stamp, and to make sure that the inks don't overlay, I'm using the masks here, and it's very easy to do. You just pop the masks on your previously stamped image and then you stamp your third or your fourth image on top of that. It is very easy to do, and you get the impression that the flowers are one on top of the other. With the darker shade, I'm just going to stamp over it because it will just cover up that lighter shade beneath. I'm going to take I'm going to stamp two more floral images with a nice dark shade here. And then I'm going to start working on the centers. So this is a very simple layering stamp, and there are only two layers to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay in the same color combinations with the different blues, but I'm just going to stamp the centers in a darker shade, and that way you get this nice contrasting effect on your floral images. These floral images are very whimsical and very fun and can be used in so many ways on so many different kinds of projects. I'm just going to finish off those center little pieces of the pink flowers, and if you haven't lined it up correctly, you can always go back in. Super easy to do. So now that I've got the basic elements on my layout, I'm going to add a couple of details, and what's really fun with this stamp set is that you've got these cute little stems, and you can add little details like little berries, for example, and this will just add another little whimsical effect to your layout. So you've got little berries, but you've also got these really little tiny blooms, which I decided to use instead of the berries. And once again, I am mixing the colors up, going with pink on the top and then blue at the bottom. And then for the other two little stems, I'm adding those blue little berries. Now I've got all the basic elements on my layout, and I wanted to create some more elements to give a little bit of pop. So actually these are kind of my embellishments. So I'm just going to stamp a couple of those floral images, but onto some smooth white cardstock. I usually use up my scraps for this. And once again, just stamping the first layer and then adding the centers. Once those are nicely stamped, and this is really super easy because I'm using my MISTI tool, I can cut them out with the coordinating dies. So for the coordinating dies, you just want to pop the die out, place it on top, and I usually just secure them with a little bit of masking tape. This will just make sure that the dies don't move around while it's going through your little die cut machine. These flowers are perfect to pop through your little mini blossom from Altenew. This is a little machine that is always on my desk. I never put it away because I'm just using it all the time. So once I've got that done, I'm going to place my photo and then add those other little elements that I just cut out. Now, it usually takes a little bit of time until I figure out where I want to put everything. It's a little bit of fiddling until it seems pleasing to the eye. I'm going to add a couple of leaves. There are some fun, cute little leaves in the set. And I'm just going to add a couple of those to the project as well. The leaves were looking a little bit bare, so I doodled a couple of details onto them, and I also added a couple of swirls in between my floral clusters. Now the layout is very clean and very simple, and you could just leave it as is, but I wanted to add a couple more elements just to make it look more finished and really draw the eye towards that center part where my photo is. So what I did is I added a couple of strips to the top and the bottom, and I'm going to add more of those little floral elements just to draw inspiration once again from that center cluster that I have created. And this is very simple because I'm just going to take that little stem and stamp in those little floral elements. I'm so sorry, but you can't see the bottom part of the layout. Now once again, I want to add some more little details, so I'm just going to add take some of those colors that I used, pop it onto a little palette, and then add some water and just add a couple of little water droplets onto my layout. Once that is done, I'm going to pop my photo onto some magenta cardstock, and this is just going to help the photo pop off the page even more. Once that has been done, I can add my title as well as a little bit of journaling. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this little video tutorial showing you how I created this fun layout. If you need any more information on all the products used, please just have a look in the description box. I have linked all of the products, and you can always go and participate in the giveaway, which is on my blog. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a lovely day, stay safe, and happy scrapping. Bye bye.